Hello singers, it's Jules here, and today I'm taking you through my booking system. A few students recently have asked for a little bit more information about how to book, reschedule, and about my packages and that kind of thing. So I thought I'd do you a full tour of the booking system. So you go to my website here, julespicture.com, and then select the booking navigation at the top here. If you're on a mobile phone, it will look like this, and you click the burger menu and it will show booking, but it will all take you to the same place. Okay, then you scroll down and you're going to see where it says free consultation that you've probably already had if you're in this video, and then underneath the online and in-person lessons. So it does matter which one you choose because you won't get all the right information if you choose the wrong one, and also my availability does change slightly depending on in-person or online, so make sure you choose the right one. So select book, then you choose your preferred date or time. Select and continue. You pop your details in. I'm going to use a fake phone number just so I don't get bombarded with spam. And then I have to use my real email because otherwise I can't show you the rest of the process. And there you see, that's popped up. Now it's asking for my card details. I'm obviously not going to put them in right now, but I've created myself a little discount code so that I don't have to. So if you've got a package code, someone's bought you a gift of a lesson, or you've got the code from a package, you pop that in here and hit apply, and it takes all the payment away. And then you simply hit pay and confirm. There we go. This is your confirmation page that pops up immediately. It's worth reading it now while it's right in front of you, just to check you've got the right thing, because you can make changes immediately if you want to, and it just talks you through all the different things you need to do to prepare for your lesson. So the first thing you can do is add it straight into your calendar, iCal, Outlook, Google. It allows you to have notifications and that kind of thing, and have everything in your calendar so you can't accidentally double book yourself. And it's also a really nice place to just reschedule the lesson. So if you immediately think, I didn't mean Wednesday, I meant Tuesday or whatever, you can just hit a different time and it will immediately let you change it. Assuming that's what you wanted, you can then go to your email where you'll find all the same information waiting for you. So here's that appointment scheduled. I chose an online lesson, so here's the link to Zoom. You need to make sure that's in there. If you've chosen an in-person lesson, you won't have that link, so double check that's there. And then you just need to keep that email safe, so when it's time for your lesson, you pop back in there, click on the link, and it takes you straight into the lesson, and we can get started. In the same place, you can also add the lesson to your calendar. The only thing to know in there is that if you do want to reschedule your lesson, you can't do it through your Google or Outlook or anything calendar. You do have to do it through my booking system. So you just need to do it through this email or through the website. But if you want to make any changes, or you just want to know what's going on in your lesson again, you can click on this change and cancel appointment button, and it takes you back to this confirmation page, exactly the same as when you first booked the session, just in case you need all that information. And if you want to reschedule, as I say, you click on a time and then it pops up in there. You see immediately it says appointment rescheduled, done. Go back to your email, you get a brand new email pop up. It's very quick normally, and it just shows you old time, new time, and you're good to go. Okay, let's imagine that you had done an in-person lesson booking, just because it is a little bit different. Let's go back to my website. Back to the booking page, choose an in-person lesson. You would choose your time, select and continue. Same thing with your details. I just want to show you how it's different just in case it helps anybody to see. Thought I'd be thorough. Continue to payment. Again, I'm not going to send myself money randomly from lessons I'm not going to do. Select apply. Pay and confirm. This is for in-person coaching this time, and you'll see it pops up here. And the difference is it will show you the venue. Now I've redacted the address for obvious reasons, but all the information about parking, how to prepare for your lesson, what happens if you're bringing a child under 18, that kind of thing is all in there. Again, it pops up in your email. Here we go. In-person lessons. If you can't remember, oh my goodness, how do I find her? I didn't write down the address. This is where you find that information. So you go back into your booking, you scroll down, change cancel appointment, and that same page pops up, and here's the venue and parking and everything else again. So if you forget to write down the address, don't panic. That's where this is. Okay, fabulous. Next, I want to talk to you about how to do multiple bookings. I know sometimes you want to book a few lessons in one go, whether that's as part of a package or just because you're being super organised today. You would just go in and go back to the booking page. Let's assume you're doing online. You would book your first lesson. Doesn't have to be in chronological order, but just the first one you want to book, 10:30 on Friday. And you would put either select and recurring, which means you want 10:30 every Friday. Let's say 10:30 every Friday for the next 3 weeks. Click on that. Friday, 3 weeks. There you go. Check the availability. Ooh, 2 of them are available, 1 isn't. So you'd then go back and make that change. Then it would take you through the system again, and then you would pay for those all together. Or you could choose that you want to have lessons at different times each week, or not even, a week aside, then week apart. They might be, a month here and a month there, whatever you want, but you want to book them all now because you know your schedule. Wish I was that organised. Then you would have your select and add another time. You can see how at the bottom here it has times added. This is the one you've already selected. Then you click and add another one, select and add another time, and they all get listed at the bottom. Booking myself a lot of lessons with myself here. And they just get listed until you're ready to go. Then you go through and exactly the same thing again. I am going to show you what this looks like because it's useful. If you've booked multiple lessons, it's useful for you to know how this is different from single ones when it comes to rescheduling. And that tends to be what stumps people. And you're not going crazy. It's just a little complicated. Let me pop in the test code again. Those are my 3 lessons. Pay and confirm. There we go. And then this confirmation page that pops up is a little bit different. So on here, that first one you booked, and these will be in chronological order, which is nice, regardless of how you book them. This shows you all the information you need to know. If you want the whole thing, you just just click on show more and then show less, obviously, add to calendar, reschedule exactly as before. But the multiple lessons will be minimized underneath. So if you want the whole lot, you need to click on this little arrow on the left here so that can pop up. So particularly if you want to reschedule a lesson for, say, this 27th of August one you want to reschedule, you'll see you can't see the reschedule until you click on that arrow and then you go across to reschedule and then you just hit your reschedule. And I'm going to do that in a second, but let's go back and do it through the email just so you can see it's not really different, but I like to be thorough. So let's go back to the email. Here's my block booking appointment. Friday, Wednesday, Friday. Those are my 3 lessons that I've put in, but I want to change one. I can't click on them here. I need to click on them here. Change, cancel, or can I? I've never tried. I can put them in the calendar there, but I can go back to that confirmation page here. And you'll see it's exactly the same thing you just saw. You open the appointment, you reschedule it. If I click reschedule, let's say Tuesday at 4:30, boom. Appointment rescheduled for Tuesday at 4:30. I go back to my email and it will. I think it's so upset with me doing so many bookings. You can see them all down here. There it is. Old time Wednesday, new time Tuesday, and you are good to go. So that's your multiple bookings. Let's talk about packages. So these are a little bit tricky to find. The system, weirdly, makes it hard to find. So throughout the year, I do offer packages and subscriptions and gifts and that kind of thing. On this booking page here, where you normally book, at the top here, it's a bit tricky to find this little link, view products and packages, next to the select appointment. You want to click on that and this whole new page pops up. The first one is a gift voucher. They get quite popular around Christmas. So someone buys a gift of singing lesson and say you pay for it for your friend, you buy it online, you get the code and then you send them that code and they book it through the system without paying anything extra and they get 3 months to take their singing lesson with me. Down below that, we've got session blocks and weekly subscriptions. Now these change all the time. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like at the moment, but when you come to do this, it might be showing different options. But just so you can see how it works and the mechanics of it, I'll show you what these ones are at the moment. So just coming to the end of my summer package at the moment, 6 lessons for the price of 5. So this one's sadly not available anymore, but you can see the session blocks here. The difference between session blocks and subscriptions is the session blocks are you pay for all your lessons up front. So this one here, £250, and you pay for your lessons in one go. It comes out of your account straight away, and then you are solid. You've got those lessons, and you pop them in the diary. You get a code, and you book them like multiple lessons, just like we did in the earlier part of the video. You can do that for online or in person. I do recommend you read all the details, because once you've booked these, they are non-refundable. You can change the lessons as many times as you want, but the actual bookings, the actual blocks are non-refundable. The weekly subscriptions are different in that they are essentially payment plans. So it's normally a little bit more expensive to do a subscription. I think for this one it was the same price. But what you get, the value of this one, is that you can secure your lessons in advance, but you still only pay for them weekly. So let's say you wanted 6 lessons over the next 6 weeks, but you can't pay for them all up front, but you want to secure your Tuesday at 4 o'clock because that's the only time you can do. You can do that through booking them in here, and then what happens is that you set up £50 per week for 5 weeks. So the first one comes out immediately, the next one comes out the following week, and so on until those 5 payments come out. If you say you don't want to take your lessons immediately, what normally happens is that there is a time span for your lessons. So you can see, for instance, for this one, you can book 6 sessions over 8 weeks. So you don't have to take them all week to week, but the payments for the subscriptions do come out week to week. Again, these are non-refundable once you've booked, because obviously you're taking advantage of a discount. But there you go. So that's the blocks and the subscriptions. As I say, once you've booked those, you just get a code that you pop into that booking page, and you just book them as and when you're ready, reschedule them as and when you're ready, and the code just is personalised to you. So there we go. I hope that's everything you need to know. Hope you don't mind I'm not going to go through the process of booking a block, because it will probably upset my system in here a little bit too much. But there's everything you need to know about booking lessons, rescheduling lessons, multiple lessons, blocks, packages, subscriptions. If you have questions though, of course, give me a shout. But otherwise, good luck with it. And I look forward to seeing you in session soon. Let's get singing.